My name is Ryan Wren. I'm the Economic Development Business Services Manager with the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Facilities. I was part of a process that our mayor put together to identify properties that sat outside of the Trust for Public Lands 10-minute walk initiative. So we identified properties, most of them were in South Richmond, an area of the city that was annexed in the 1970s without ample infrastructure for the communities around there. So we're looking to intentionally focus in areas where we know our residents lack access to green spaces. And the city's role in this process is really bringing some of those properties to the table so that communities can help through their greening processes and master planning, envision what those spaces can become and help make them that way.
I am Cherie Shannon, co-founder of Southside ReLeaf. We are an organization that's dedicated to greening and beautifying South Richmond. Our goal is to make sure that we are educating, empowering, and engaging residents throughout all of our processes so that we have an equitable, healthy, and sustainable environment. And so Southside ReLeaf, we're just extremely excited to work with the city as well as Virginia Community Voice and other partners for the greening initiatives. Essentially, what has happened for decades, unfortunately, has just been a complete disinvestment in the South Side. And so not just with the environment, but we also have infrastructural issues. We have unstable housing and housing displacement. In some places, there's a lack of accessibility, especially when it comes to transportation and getting around. So essentially what we're looking to do through this process, one, is to actually continue community conversations. A lot of residents have really good ideas. They have concerns as well. And so really it's our job to make sure that we're hearing folks out and making all of their vision and their ideas a reality.
I'm Becca Kendrick, and I'm with Virginia Community Voice. We're one of the organizations that's partnered on this project. We do community engagement along Richmond Highway, formerly the Jefferson Davis Corridor, on Richmond's South Side. And we also provide training and coaching on our model of equitable community engagement. The South Side is really, we kind of talk about it as like the last frontier for gentrification. So other parts of the city, the North Side and the East End, have gentrified in the last 10 to 15 years, and the South Side has been kind of immune to that until the last 5 or 10 years. You started to see really Manchester and Swansboro and Blackwell neighborhoods start to just explode with new development. So neighbors are now saying, hey, wait, it's not that we're not excited about some new development, we just want to be part of the conversation. And so neighbors through our housing working group are actually doing an equitable development scorecard. So they're able to have this document that says to developers and to the city, this is what our priorities are in terms of development, and we're going to score you against those. And then that's a tool to be able to hold developers accountable. So the greening plan we're working on really fits in really nicely with that, because it's all about the built environment, and it's all about the ways that the built environment has been impacted by a history of redlining and disinvestment and racist housing policies, and how that's now impacted tree canopy and green space and all the things that we know make a healthy community. So hopefully in a year or two from now, we have these tools that neighbors have spoken into, and so that decision makers, when they come to the South Side, it's not just their decisions, but that they're saying, hey, wait, this community has spoken and is still speaking up and saying, this is what we want to see in terms of the built environment.
Rodney Gaines. I'm also from Virginia Community Voice. I've been an advocate over 4 years. We started out as RBA Thriving Cities. I also sit on the steering committee. It's very important to ask the community always what they want. A way to connect with the community, to join in, to fix up their area. It's very exciting times for any community. So we've been talking to Blackwell, we've been talking to Oak Grove, Bellmead, of course, Davy Garden, and they're very excited about this new project that's coming about, because everybody have a design that they want to put into it. Virginia Community Voice has always been transparent to the community. So anything being planned, we've always give a heads up to the community.
The second thing that we're actually working on as well throughout this entire process is building people's skills, so that not only are we focusing on what a green space can look like, we want to ensure that the community can sustain it in themselves. And so that also includes the buy-in. Down the road, if a community is able to maintain a space, advocate for what they want, then it's going to be more successful if someone just comes in and just says, here you go. Not only is it important for how we talk about environmental disparities and closing those gaps, but it also helps us to move towards environmental justice.